Qualifying final week one, second versus third. The winner gets a week off. The loser, a second chance. Oh, and the perfect start for the North Queensland Cowboys and a nightmare for the St George Illawarra Dragons. That point blank is dreadful.
Well, the kickoff now, it's used as a weapon. We see Kyle Felt using it at the Cowboys, and it's something they practice all the time. It's now just not just a regulation kickoff. You've got to be ready for that sort of thing, and not a great start for the Dragons.
You've got to try and catch those on the full as well, Brent, don't you?
They are a nightmare now to try and catch.
A test of their resolve. Here for the Dragons. Taken there very close to the sideline by Cody Morn. The North Queensland Cowboys, Gillum Mosby in a dummy half. Links immediately with his 5'8", and the ball ends up with Darren Shoney.
9-10 out.
Smith moves off to Melbourne in 9. Very talented young hooker. Keeps the ball in the centre of the park. Aaron Payne said their focus has been about building pressure. And what a perfect platform to do just that early. Ross Bella, son of Big Marty, former Origin and Australian great. Travelling across the park back to Shoney. Tracks the attention of 3, and they're finding it very difficult, in fact, impossible to get him to the ground. Final play here for the Cowboys. Ball goes wide. It's a beautiful pass. Inari Tuala, the first of our try scorers inside the opening 2 minutes. The perfect start for North Queensland.
Oh, they summed it up beautifully out here on the right-hand side. Kalen Ponga come up with the right option there. Inari Tuala, he's only 17. Huge future, this kid, and runs into the right hole and scores an opening try. And the Cowboys, what a great start.
Just look at that from Carusi, that little bit of a fake that he's going to kick, and then a nice pass there to a real direct runner. So just looked like he's going to put a bit of pressure in there, but well done. That's a nice executed try.
And by faking the kick, he has basically put the defenders on their heels. Creates an opportunity out wide, and the pass from Ponga, just beautiful for that kid. Inari Tuala, his 9th in his debut season. And they have been rocked, the Dragons.
17, Brent, is that right?
Yeah, he's only 17, a Mackay boy. Huge future at the club. He played Queensland Juniors, an outstanding young talent, and I know he's very well thought of at the Cowboys. Aaron Payne said he's a real star of the future.
And Kalen, left footer from the sideline. Oh, too good. It's only 3 or 4 steps in and whack. 6 points to 0 in favour of the North Queensland Cowboys, who were favourite going into this. Over the St George Illawarra Dragons. Noddy, the Dragons, the chests aren't out, the heads are down. How do you get that confidence back after a dreadful start?
Yeah, we spoke pre-game about the excitement of a semi-final. That is the worst possible start you can have. Not catching the kick on the full, then conceding a try, and a basic try on the first set of 6. Your head will be down, get back into the game, the Dragons. Next set is focus.
Good front on tackle there. A 3-man wall for the St George Illawarra Dragons on Rossi Bella.
Off the arm, 9. 2. Marcus straight.
Wrestled to the ground. Working their way out of the northern end of Suncorp Stadium.
16 up. St George, look.
Carucci and Bambling. The left and right-hand side of the dummy half.
Up 11.
Just so good at directing the traffic. As Smith moves into dummy half here, they go through Bella. Tui Tavaki. Taha playing the ball just over the 40. Goes back to the very capable left boot of their skipper, Cooper Bambling. And after 4.5 minutes, the Dragons see the ball for the first time.
It's a perfect set from the Cowboys after points. Aaron Payne would have been giving them directions, complete after you score points, and that's exactly what the Cowboys have done.
Playing across field. Patrick Herbert. Appears Patrick playing right-hand side along with Isaac Thompson on the wing. Keelan Tudor Edwards in 16 on the left centre position. Run from the Dragons there. Here is Laurie. The run from Blake Laurie, one of their more consistent performances. They go to Jack Payne. He plugs it downfield. 3 bounces and straight to the arms of Ponga, the goal kicker and fullback for the Cowboys. Oh, Leilu are very close to conceding a penalty for a flop there.
Stay there again.
Gillum Osby.
Dragons off the ball. Tackle 2. Marcus straight.
Speaking to Matthew Head prior to the game, he knows the importance of maintaining a very strict defensive line. He said it almost doesn't matter if it's a slow defensive line, as long as it is as one. We can't give these guys any opportunities.
When you've got guys like Ponga, Gillum Osby, Tuala, Jensen, they've all got points on them, great footwork. You need to present them with a good, strong line.
Oh, drop ball here late in the count. At the ruck from the North Queensland Cowboys. Not happy, Ty Carucci. Right-hand side. An opportunity here for the Dragons. We've had some rain over the course of the afternoon. Sunshine State, Tatey. I don't know what they're talking about in those promos.
Perfect one day, mate. Beautiful the next. That's Queensland.
Seconds in. Pull in tight up here.
Right on halfway here for St George Illawarra. Jack Payne, a very talented halfback, feeds. The 5/8 was in the lock forward position. They go to Dufty. He was given no room whatsoever by Nacho Salim. Here's Paddy Herbert. Such a talented three-quarter line, this St George Illawarra line. So big as well. Very easy meters for young Reece Robson. He's up to the 20 already. Out to Jack Payne. The 17 is Jacob Esau into the starting minute side. An expensive Matt Jerd. Back to Robson they go. And on to Payne, out the back to Jay Field. Once again, it's Dufty. Now Herbert beats one on his way to the line. He gets it down. Oh, it's awarded. There was a delay. And the Dragons players, their hearts skipped a beat, but it's good. And there is a great indication of the will and the power of the St George Illawarra Dragons.
Yeah, they came over to the left, and Luciano, he actually used him as a decoy. I think that's great coaching from Matt Head, because a lot of the opposition we expect him to get the ball. So went across the other side, and Herbert been ever present the whole year. He's a really strike centre, scored a lot of tries. And Dufty, he catches the ball on the out all the time as well. That's a really good centre's try, nice and strong. And as all good centres know how to do, get that ball down.
Yeah, it's just a basic missed tackle there. The Cowboys had the numbers, but it's a miss from Salim there, but plenty of work to do here, but he's done a great job. He's had a great start to the half, plenty of touches, getting into dummy half, really leading this team, and that's a great try to get them back and settle the nerves.
The big fella, Patrick Herbert, has scored now in 5 straight games. Along with Isaac Thompson, Peora Kemp, Matheson Johns, Ruben Garrick, who's out with after undergoing an operation for a medial tear. Geez, they've been good this year. Started the season slowly. They won, I think, just one of their first 5. They've come back well. 1 from 6 last week against the Knights, Jay Field. A horrible win didn't help the goal kickers at all at Cogra, and this is perfect. We are 6 apiece after 9 minutes. I guess you could make quite an argument for that man, Patrick Herbert, being unlucky not to be in the Holden Cup Team of the Year. The 2 centres were Robert Jennings and Nick Kotrick.
Yeah, they're 2 pretty good centres. I think Brent's the man that should be commenting on that. Kotrick, everyone knows what he possesses, and especially Ricky Stewart. You'll see him in first grade pretty soon.
They take it, and well, this time the Dragons, Laurie winds it up and gets it going out to the 20-metre line. There is some power and confidence from St George Illawarra.
Offload, backwards.
Oh.
Play on, tackle one.
Hold there, that's one.
Oh, the Dragons, through Isaac Thompson, have turned it over on one. And now it's the Cowboys' turn to apply the pressure. The lock forward is Tui Tavaki.
Hold, go, 2.
20 metres, centre field. Shoney. So difficult to get to the deck. They finally do. Out to Bella. Through Carucci, playing the short ball to Cody Morn. Still numbers on this short side of the field. If they opt to come this way, they go towards the goal post, and again it's Tui Tavaki. Last tackle now, the Dragons are light on defenders on the far side of the field, but they come this side and are forced to make a play at it through the hands of Peora Kemp. So no points for the Cowboys, with a very astute short kicking game, Brett Kamali.
Yeah, that's right. For both opportunities, each time they've got down into that good ball attacking zone inside the 20-metre line, they've had nice patience, been great width of the passing, especially in the slippery conditions. And that was a really nice controlled kick to the in goal. Don't think you have to score, just build pressure.
Andy Raymond with Danny Medeiros, Brent Tate and Brett Kamali. 793 games, 54 origins and 72 internationals between us, Tatey.
Andy, what year did you make your origin debut?
My numbers aren't as big as yours, but it's all about a team effort. Here come the Cowboys. Speaking of team efforts, that is arguably been their strength. Sure, there's a lot of superstars, but they play so well as a 13. Out the back, numbers, looking wide, short, no try.
That's a great tackle by Kemp in the corner.
I thought he was done for all money.
Well, Mosby, 9 times out of 10 he scores in those positions. He's so quick and so deadly, but that is a great defensive play there. Putting him into touch and getting the turnover, that is a great winger's tackle into the corner.
And Ari Tuala did a great job as well. Just gave early ball to his winger. And sometimes they're all good players. They know how to get the ball down. With that's semi-final defence, and they'll take a lot of confidence out of that, the Dragons boys.
The Cowboys are playing down to this right-hand side. I must see a real weakness there. It's about the 3rd or 4th time they've come down there. So I think they'll spend a fair bit of time going down there tonight.
The umbrella is down on the sideline. So judging by looking at Brett Kamali, the rain has stopped for the time being. The sky's clearing a little here. We certainly hope it stays dry for what should be a wonderful main event between the Broncos and the Titans. And yes, it is live on Fox Sports, uninterrupted, whistle to whistle. Stay with us for the entire night as Robson goes through the centre. Last tackle now for the Dragons. They go to Payne.
Kick is clear.
Pumps it up to Ponga at the back. Takes it without any real pressure upon him. Looks for a hole in the middle of the chasing team, but Leilua literally grabs him and ropes him in. Along with Keelan Tudor-Edwards in the left centre position.
Make it 9. Hold. Go. Tackle 2.
Working it out. Macho Salim.
Wait here. Go.
Some in 3 on that left-hand side. 12ers Hiali, Roy Croft.
17, we're off the ball.
Yeah, good meters from Roy Croft again. Real tireless worker in this Cowboys pack.
Up now. 5, mark it straight. Nothing late here. Go.
Slow to his feet this time, Bella. They go back to Bambling and he just pumps it down the middle of the field. Well positioned there was Dufty, who looks at his option, decides to go with it. And again, they've dropped the ball, but this time it's ruled a strip, and Isaac Thompson, the most relieved man on the field, because that'd be 2 and 2 for Isaac. This one ruled to have a little helping hand to in the tackle.
That attacking set from the Cowboys was just on the low. It was on the low down a little bit. Not much going on there for them. What they got to do, when they come back with the conditions, you've got to spread out. You've got to spread out and make everyone play. Otherwise, it's pretty easy for the defence. But you know, they're on the back foot of it. Yeah.
St George with the football now. Possession has most certainly been in favour of the Cowboys, 58-42. After 15 minutes, they are big numbers. This is the lock forward, Liadi Gaga.
10 off the ball and square.
Robson moves into dummy half. Plays to the right, or the midfield, if you like, and Essau, who missed last week, but has given his chance in the starting, or the run-on side. They go through Payne, Leilua out the back. Kent flicks it back in. Tudor Edwards there, using sheer power. And that is the last. Decision time for the Dragons. They go to the air through Payne. The Dragons, they are there in numbers, and they're over. A spectacular try. It is Isaac Thompson. Beautifully positioned kick. The chase was perfect. There was intent in the air and execution. 10 out of 10.
Well, you mentioned it, Andy. It's about intent. It's about wanting the ball, wanting to get there first, and he does beautiful leap there. And then he still had a little bit of work to do to get to the line, but he was the one who wanted that ball. Too many Cowboys players are sitting around looking at that in these semi-final games. It's the want to get the ball, and he's certainly gone up nice and high there and just powered his way. He's a big lump of a lad, and you're never going to stop him that close to the line.
I think I saw Carucci go to the referee. We are doing the captain's challenge, aren't we? But decided against it, and he hit 1.5 and...
He hit 1.5 and you've got 20 seconds. Did he get the ball down? Well, we'll let you be the judge at home. Would have you utilised the captain's challenge?
Yeah, you're good there, mate.
What number was that? Dragons 11.
Big Isaac. Needed that for his confidence. Because at the other end of the park, he needs to improve. That, though, top shelf.
Luciano.
whatever sort of set it is, Andy, no matter how it goes, your kick makes you set. And that's exactly what happened there. And a really nice kick from Field. And you need someone up there chasing as well. And you see more of those tries, I'm sure, out here tonight. The kick is so important.
Field heading towards 200 points for the season. And this one's a good one, and the Dragons lead by 6.
Two things I'd like to mention is obviously Jack Payne, the halfback for the Dragons. His kicking game has been first class, building pressure, putting the ball in the corner. Lovely crossfield kick. The second point I'd like to mention would be Matthew Head probably saying, last time we scored a try, we made an error. Let's complete the next set.
Very good field IQ, Jack Payne. I'm glad you mentioned that, Noddy, because along with Jay Field, these two play with a maturity not always seen in under-20s. They're happy to build pressure and they steer this Dragons side round very effectively.
Go, tackle one.
Straighten up, Marcus.
10 up and
Ten off the arm now.
Toppy Torfa.
Marcus straight.
What a star he has been for this football club this year.
13, release him.
13 up.
Here. Wait.
Marcus straight.
Go, tackle 3.
Yadi Gunga. Here's Leilua. Very well contained. He spits it out the back to Reece Robson, who follows him wherever he goes. And then where Robson goes, Duffy's not too far behind.
Go, tackle 4. You've got everything.
To the right-hand side, Blake Laurie has dropped the ball. They didn't get to the end of the set.
It was a great set of 6 by the Dragons to that point. Their big forwards just thundering up the field. No trouble coming out of their own end. They're big and physical, but like every good player, you need to get to the end of set of your 6 with a kick, and they'll be very disappointed in that.
One thing I've noticed about Smith, the number 9 for the Cowboys, is his contact. He likes getting amongst it, especially when you're that physique and you get under that ball, and especially today with a bit of wetness around that ball, you can aim for it and force an error.
I noticed he could sledge. He was good there at big Blake Laurie. Oh, going to the outside. Sully thought about getting the ball free to Marcus Jensen. Decided against it late. Here is Brandon Smith. Backs his way to another couple of metres. I thought there may have been a bobble in that when the ball went to the ground. Not the case. two referees, Michael Gordon and Tyson Bruff. They say play on. This Dragons defence is actually up relatively quickly, and they are up as a unit. Last play now for North Queensland. Little kick through, taken well by Duffy, and there's some space here for Matt Duffy. He gets beyond the 20-metre line and then is thrown to the ground. Very strong tackle from Ty Carucci.
There's one thing you don't want to do with Matt Duffy is give him a staggered defensive line, and that's exactly what the Cowboys presented him, and he took advantage of it.
Possession slowly evening up. We are getting closer to a 50-50 split after 20 minutes.
You just get the feeling the Dragons are starting to get their upper hand. Their big boys are starting to make a few inroads. The likes of Duffy, Luciani on this side, just starting to play a bit of footy. This Cowboys defence will need to be on top of its game here.
We have an injury. Toppy Torfa.
I didn't see contact.
Referees are asking each other, did you see anything?
Chase them, we work it.
Anything nasty? Or the right arm of the third in may be an issue. Coming around. Well, you didn't see it on that occasion. But he's holding the chin.
You're right. Tackle 5, just wait.
Waiting nervously at first marker. Tuitavaki.
So we're in two referees.
Still. Yeah. Just wait. It's 5.
Already apologised to Toppy.
5, nothing late.
Last tackle. Up we go from Jack Payne. Kick went high. Knocked the ball on. And the score for the moment remains 12 points to 6 to the Dragons. He had that.
You have to have a go at it, as Kemp does right there, because it's the same result if he does knock it on. So, yeah, keep putting those balls up. Get down there as much as you can.
Brent, we have learned over the years on so many occasions, though, when you're in a good ball position, you can't walk away without points too many times in Holden Cup because the maths simply don't add up. You'll get done.
Yeah, that's right. Obviously, there's plenty of points in Holden Cup, and you know, how many times do you see a team attacking down the other end, don't score points, and the defending team will come up with points? So it happens all the time. That momentum is so important, and so are points down that end.
A double change from Aaron Payne, Corey Hersberg on, and Nicholas Brown also on. That's Brown playing the ball there. They go back to Bambling. Oh, good luck. Kemp takes it beautifully, but down near his knees.
Good old-fashioned torpedo. That's a great take by Kemp.
He had no right to catch that.
Right, good.
Here's the 16 to Edwards. Driven backwards in a tackle of 3. Leilua has the ability, the size and the power to get them on the front foot early in the set, and backed up by this man, TJ Ueli. Very simple stuff early in the set for St George Illawarra. Matt Jerd off the bench in 8. Back to Payne. He's dropped it. He had a look up. Didn't like what he saw.
You just can't keep giving this Cowboys team field position. There's too many points in them. Guys like Ponga, Bambling, Carucci, they'll be thriving on this field position, and it won't be too long if they keep handing the ball over. They'll be scoring points down the other end.
He knew exactly what he wanted to do with that. Young Payne, his kicking game's been really good. It's a shame for him. He had a good start to the match.
15 is Horsburgh. Corey on the field. His interchange partner in crime, Nicholas Brown, for the second time, backing him up. Howard Smith with the offload. They are coming near side to Cody Morn. They got their Dragons on their heels. Deep and left, and that's exactly where they go, through the halves, injecting himself, the fullback, and we've got a try from Marcus Jensen. His 24th for the year, and what a beauty it was.
Beautiful play from the Cowboys. It went all the way across to the right, had a real nice shift with a double cross play. And they pick up their man, Ponga. And this is a class pass. Just the way he squares up at the line and takes it right to the line. Gives his winger every chance in Jensen. And he doesn't need many chances, this man. Crosses over, like you said, Andy, for his 24th try.
What about the hands there to be able to catch that? It wasn't a great pass from Ponga. He had to catch and do it and then get himself to the try line. It was an amazing bit of skill there, and he's actually just as quick as Gill and Mosby over 40. Not too many people know that because he's got some wheels, Mosby, but Marcus Jensen's right up there with him. Doesn't need too many chances, as we've seen with 24 tries this year.
24 tries, 24 games, and 7 tries in his last 4. So finding form at the right time. We spoke about the last Dragons try, and would have you gone captain's challenge because you get 1.5. Would have you gone captain's challenge there? I think the left hand was awfully close to the touchline.
I definitely would have gone captain's challenge, and who's to say you won't get one back in the next 15 minutes, but that's an opportunity, and in this game you have to take your opportunities, and that was a chance to obviously use it.
From the sideline, sweet. Kalen Ponga again. We're locked at 12, the Cowboys and the Dragons.
Would like to talk about Kalen Ponga, the fullback for the Cowboys. Obviously electrifying pace, and obviously shows there with the power of the conversion from 2 steps, but they get a 3-on-2 scenario. Jensen is the long ball. Isaac Thompson, the Dragons winner, just gets caught a little bit narrow, and it's a wonderful long ball at pace to put Jensen away.
A really high-quality contest so far. High restart here from the Dragons, and the line is a good one. Running straight into it, Ross Bella, and driven backwards. Thrown to the ground. Good strong stuff from Thompson defensively there. Horsburgh halted on the 20, and a tackle involving Ueli amongst others.
Don't lunge forward there, 15. Releasing 10.
All the way here, look. Look, 3.
Mark is good. Offload.
Halfback taken with the ball here. Mid-count. Smith very quick. Out of dummy half to identify an issue, but the ball's being dropped by the Cowboys. Oh, and in. Called hell, late shot and penalty.
It was actually a good set by the Cowboys. Brandon Smith got out of dummy half a couple of times, made some inroads behind some tired Dragon defenders. Just weren't able to put the polish on the end of that set, which would be very disappointing.
Yeah, Brandon Smith, one of the things he could have done there a little bit better is hold the ball in 2 hands. He tucked it straight under the wing. And as defenders know, once it goes under the wing, you're going to run the ball.
Here come the Dragons. Locked at 12, the ball spilt, but backwards. Or perhaps a let-off there for the Cowboys. They remain on the attack. Laurie thrown to the ground. Jack Payne onto TJ Ueli. Looks to change point of the attack. His misdirection great with a late side step. Playing short was Reece Robson that time. I don't know if Laurie was expecting the football.
Outside and through.
Oh, look at the feet close to the line from Field. Turned 19 during the week. Would love to celebrate it with a try across the field. Payne! Oh, the Dragons absolutely butchered one.
Oh, well, Gila Mosby completely misread that. He'd come in field to take it and went straight over his head, fell straight into the Dragons' arms. That is an opportunity missing there for the Dragons.
He came in because the lure, he actually wanted the ball along the ground, and that's a great way to do it because that brings the winger in, and then you can pop it over onto the left flank, and that was well constructed. It just didn't come off.
One thing you need to do in semi-final football is take the opportunities when they present themselves, and that's one that's definitely gone begging for the Dragons.
Peora Kemp on this left wing after scoring a hat-trick last week against the Knights was standing there ready. And I think it was Keelan Tudor-Edwards on his inside, had a grab at the footy. That could well be one of those pivotal points the Dragons look back on. Right on halfway. North Queensland Cowboys travelling forward up to the 40 in a game almost half an hour old with just the 2 penalties. So not only of high quality, high pace as well. Tossed to the ground almost. Now Ponga, he's dropped the ball. Oh, that was lovely work from Ty Carucci.
Great feat by Kalen Ponga. Just couldn't deliver the pass there. He knew he had numbers on the outside. Used his feet, but just couldn't quite get that pass out there to Sullivan.
What I do love about this Ponga is the way he can create space by going into an inside shoulder of a defender.
He is the kid that everyone in the rugby league world was chasing.
He's a super talented kid. He can play everything. He can play basketball, rugby union, golf. I think he's off scratch at golf. He's just a wonderful, talented kid, and Cowboys are very lucky to have his services for the next year or so.
Type of kid you don't like at high school.
And he's a good-looking kid too, so he's got it all.
Yeah. Here is Leilua. Look at the jump all over him. That was really silly from Gideon Geller-Mosby. And the quick tap here for the Dragons, trying to keep the pressure on. They were still in their half when they did it though. This is Ueli. Robson at dummy half. They prefer to play out to the right early in the count, and they do so on this occasion with Blake Laurie. 8 completed sets from 13. That needs to be better for St George Illawarra. Drop balls have been their issue. Jerd back to Robson, now to Payne. Leilua on the inside to Duffy. Last tackle now. Leilua with the grubber ahead. And just too much on it. And literally it was a bounce. And look at Ponga back to the 20-metre line straight away.
I can't see who it is because I can't see his number at the moment, Andy, but that tackle on Dusty, that was a great tackle.
A beauty.
Filling the space, covering your teammates inside and outside.
How can the Dragons hold off a 7-tackle set? Look at the power and the metres that the Cowboys are making. Tuala. Now back to Geller-Mosby. They're inside the 20. It is just tackle 3. They held onto the ball at the dummy half. The miracle offload went to the wrong jersey.
That was really disappointing from the Cowboys. Their outside backs are doing all the damage through the middle of the ruck there with quick play the balls and their speed with this tired Dragons defence, and that's a real let-off for the Dragons. They were really struggling that set of 6 to hold the Cowboys out.
This is going to open up because the Cowboys' big men, very weary, as you just pointed out. And there is so much attacking ability, both these sides, on the edges. And that was a great shot. And again, another incomplete set from St George Illawarra, who at the moment are 9 complete from 15.
The reason why both sets of forwards are really struggling at the minute, you need to get to your kick. The Cowboys have to get to their kick, put along the ground, and make it a challenge.
Cowboys 11 metres out. That was Louis Toso on the field. Smith bumps into one, a second. Gets away from both and is still going. He's over the line, and that's a try that shouldn't have been scored. A beauty.
Well, it's the strength of him. I think he scored over 10 or 13 tries this year, or might even be 18 tries this year from dummy half. And it's his power game here. Bounces out of a couple of tackles, just uses that fend, looks for an offload, but just gets down low here, plenty of work to do, and scores what's a great solo try.
He scored 16 tries, Tatey, and 18 try assists. So So that's great. That's when you're playing 20s, you need to know how to play with your teammates, and he definitely knows how to do that. This kid, I tell you, a bit of polish from the great Cameron Smith down there at Melbourne. He's destined for some really good times.
17 for the season, 29 over the past 2. He is delighted with that. We've spoken in the last couple of minutes about pivotal moments. The Dragons on too many occasions have finished poorly at the end of the set, and that's when they've got to the end of the set. They haven't always been there. Having seen what we've seen so far from Kalen, he will slot this eyes shut. $18 points to 12 in favour of North Queensland. 12 unanswered points to the boys from Townsville, Noddy.
And I thought the Dragons actually had the upper hand for the first 20 minutes. I thought they were the more dominant side. They were running harder. But you're exactly right, Andy. What they're not doing is they're not building any pressure. Poor tackle 5 kick options. 9 from 15 completion rate. On the back of that loss of momentum, the Cowboys have got the upper hand, and that's why they've scored 12 unanswered points.
The restart from Patrick Herbert. Good run there from Niglui Toso. Jerdolf and Ali Alushon for the Dragons. Here is Horsburgh. Driven to the ground. A strong tackle by 2 of the Dragon defenders. It was Alush and also Robson. What a huge 4 minutes this is. Probably more so for the Dragons, because any more than 6 starting to look ugly if they're behind. Taken, Bambling. Still, it's 3 to bring him down. Last tackle now for North Queensland. Out the back to Carucci. Over the top he goes. Peora Kemp is there. Kemp takes it. A knock on from Gillum Osby. They survive. That's the 0 tackle. So they've survived points, the Dragons, but now the hard work really begins. It's time to roll the sleeves up.
Yeah, the Dragons' outside backs really need to get in here and take some pressure off these tied forwards, as we can see here. Getting in, getting a good run in half, quick play the ball, and earns a penalty.
4-0 penalty count in favour of the Red V. With 3 minutes or just over before half-time.
Yeah, go, mate, go.
Anything Herbert does always looks classy. He gets in there. You can tell he's a leader of this team, being the skipper. Leads with his actions.
He's got quality written all over him, doesn't he?
Yeah, he certainly does. You can hear the contact there. Physical in that middle third of the field. Here is Laurie. 20 tackles, 9 hit-ups. He leads both of those stats for the Dragons. As it goes through the halves, Kemp, the left winger on the right side of the field, offloaded the ball to right centre Patrick Herbert. Torfa rolled onto his back. Play number 4, so a set-up before the final play. Dummies into the line does Jay Field. Was so close to going through it. Now it's the final play. They go to Jack Payne. He pumps it across field. An opportunity again. Leilua. It hasn't been touched by the Cowboys. Ball free, but a penalty, Cowboys. For a strip, and it wasn't in the process of trying to score a try.
Well, we spoke about a big couple of minutes coming up, a big couple of minutes now for the Cowboys. Dragons got all the momentum here on the attack. 12 out.
To Payne, off to Lowry. He attracts the attention of 3. Going right is St George, best option at this stage, because the Cowboys, they're thin on the far side of the field, and those that are over there are calling from assistance. Alush comes back to the left-hand side, or the near side of the field. Laurie, his second hitter.
They've got to go right, Andy.
Yeah. They've set it up now. Out the field. They've dropped the ball again, the St George Illawarra Dragons. The Cowboys survive and are delighted. 11 from 18. Their ball handling has been horrible this opening half, St George Illawarra.
Yeah, Field and Payne need to take control there. A tackle, 2 tackles before. Ali Alouche went left. But your halves need to take control and dominate and call for that overcall. I don't know what it is, what their overcall is, but they missed another opportunity there. So going into half-time.
Injury here to St George Illawarra. They are going to look back on their missed opportunities. I think what could have been, because there has been 3 or 4 genuine scoring chances for the Red V in this opening 40.
Well, I think if they go into half-time only being 6 points down, I think they'll be happy with that with the amount of ball control and drop ball that they've had this half. So I think Matty Head, half-time, probably can't come quick enough for him to get them in, settle them down, just get them back on track, get their ball control up. And I'm sure if they can control the ball this second half, there's certainly points in this Dragons team.
Time on.
A little push and shove in the front row of the scrum here. And 30 seconds to hold on here for St George Illawarra, or 30 seconds to rip in for the Dragons, who might not be finished just yet. Woo. Oh, and they've played the advantage from the knock-on, so back to the 20 we come.
Let's get back, hey. Let's get back.
Oh,
Have they, or did he kick it dead for a seven tackle set? But
that's exactly. That could have been absolutely anything as the final play of the half.
put that in the opportunities bracket.
Yeah. There is the siren. 40 minutes of football in total, 5 tries. It is North Queensland 18, St George Illawarra 12. Welcome back to Suncorp Stadium, where Fox Sports' journey to the grand final begins. The finals on Fox. Under 20s and first grade, live and uninterrupted, whistle to whistle. Starting the party for us are the North Queensland Cowboys and St George Illawarra Dragons. At half-time, it is 3 tries to 2 in favour of North Queensland, the Cowboys leading 18 points to 12. Their defensive muscle and consistency in that opening 40 minutes laid the platform for 2 late tries. This one's still very much anyone's. Brown did an effective job late in that first half, coming on from the interchanges, driven backwards by Laurie and Leilua this time. They need to control this man, Brandon Smith. 1 try already. Is it a cramp or worse for Brandon Smith? A huge blow as he limps into dummy half here if he was to go from the field. Last tackle, back to the skipper Bambling, downfield he goes, was off the side of the boot. And a perfect bounce there for Isaac Thompson. Almost went over the top of 2 of them before running into Hiali Roycroft. Travelling across field is Patrick Herbert, and you could still imagine the words "hold the ball" ringing in the ears of the Dragons as halftime instructions from their coach Matthew Head.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see what Matt Head had to say at half-time. I'm sure that would have been the message: hold on the ball, get yourself back into the game. If you do that, the points will come. But the Cowboys, the first half, that's what they did well. Just build pressure through their kicking game, through their defence, and a good start-off set for them in the second half.
Last tackle now for St George Illawarra. Points or pressure? What do they go for? They toss it up and have a dig at both. Oh, Leilua somehow kept Kalen Ponga in the field of play. He was trying to Gordon Tallis.
It's a good tactic, that, Andy. Not the Gordon Tallis, but also just put the ball up and compete and see if you can force an error.
Yep, make your opposition have a crack at it. Easy meters here for the Cowboys. Horsburgh through the centre, back to Bambling. On the inside, they go to the fullback, Ponga. Ball's come free here. And backwards, no restart. If you're a betting man, you would have said either knock on or stripped.
Very lucky to get away with that one there, Cowboys, Ponga. It's interesting to see him sniffing around the middle of the play. The ball. Look to see that the second half, especially as this big Dragons pack will start to tire.
Okay, let's ask our scheming little hooker, or former scheming little hooker, Danny Baderas. Are you looking at the middles at the moment because they're getting tired?
Yeah, they will around the marker. All their principles have got to be intact, because you've got both fullbacks that love sniffing around their big men, and obviously the offload will come into play in the last 20 minutes of the game, and I'm sure you're going to see some open pasture.
Mr. Kamali on the sideline. Raining again, is it?
Yeah, conditions have got worse, Andy. Obviously been raining the whole half time, and again continue the rain. So look for it to get really slippery. Look for it to be change of angles up the middle. And what the Cowboys need to do is just keep building pressure, and you see if the Dragons can hang on to that.
Oh, Pong got out at 2, then darted between another 2 before being ridden to the ground. And there is North Queensland's first penalty after 44 minutes.
Well, they get a good ball set.
Yeah.
Start off probably, I think, about the 30-metre zone.
Just a great run from Ponga. 2 or 3 tackles he beats every time he returns a ball. One thing the Dragons like Dufty for the Cowboys, you can't present him with a staggered defensive line. He'll cut you up all day. And a great run earns his team a penalty.
Both teams completing at 66%. And that's just not good enough to win finals football. One of them will here tonight. The winner gets a week off. The loser gets a second chance. That's the simple maths of this. Second versus third. To the left and numbers here. Oh, so easy. So good. Marcus Jensen, another. Make it 25 for the season, 2 for the night. And the Cowboys skip ahead.
Execution, Andy. That's what it's all about. You practice this over and over at training. Why do you put this play on and who do you run at? But that's just a nice, classy touch from Ponga again. And always, I think he'll be there to put that down for a long time, Jensen, in the Cowboys' colours.
Oh, it's great hands from Salem there to Jensen. Summed the situation up perfectly. Knew he drew the winger in. Had to get an early ball to him. Like he's done all year, Jensen strolls over for his 25th try.
If you're a winger that scored 25 tries, Tatey, you've got to have a good centre, haven't you?
Oh, absolutely. And that's what he's been good at all year. He's just a very reliable player, great hands, and he's certainly put a few on a platter for Jensen this season.
7 times this year, Marcus Jensen has scored 2 or more tries. And watching on, the first graders have arrived. The Broncos in the house. The Titans not here as yet. Could this be goodbye for Corey Parker?
Yeah, well, what a career. Over 300 games, plenty of Origin matches, Test matches, an absolute Broncos legend. And well, I'm sure he'll be doing everything within his power to continue his career well into this season.
Absolutely all quality his career. Just kept getting better and better. Been fantastic in those maroon colours too, Tatey, hasn't he?
Oh, he's gotten better with age. The longer he's gone on, the better he's gotten. He's been a fantastic servant.
3 from 3 so far. Make it 4 from 4 with an assist from the uprights.
There was a couple of very special plays in that try. The courageous line from Salem, the centre, just running a really tough outside in line, especially in the wet weather conditions, and the tip on from Ponga. He is a superstar in the making. I know sometimes we don't want to put massive reps on this kid, but just touches of class, footwork, sleight of hand, goal kicker, courageous in the air. Looks like the old thing.
Big restart from the Dragons, and containing the Cowboys in this next 10-minute period is crucial, and that is not the start St George Illawarra were looking for. What power generate that opening hit up from the 17, Nick Louis Toso. And straight away, it is advantage North Queensland in this set following points. Horsburgh travelling across field.
Backwards.
Tosses it out the back and all good, says the referee.
11, we're off the ball.
Two Dragons players colliding. A head knock. Both of them out of the line at the moment.
15 out. 5. All the way here.
Last tackle. It's on here for North Queensland. Salim. Picked up by Isaac Thompson. Flings it back on the inside. Now it's a foot race. Dufty is there. It's 2-on-2. To Dufty they go. Tries to get the outside of the Cowboys. He can't. Field to Thompson. He straightens with support on his left-hand side. He ignores them.
Big opportunity to the left. Dragons got numbers out here. Just got to get the ball there.
It's on. They're in. Keelan Tudor-Edwards. He hits back for St George Illawarra. Oh, a 95-odd metre effort that had a little bit of everything. Some real positives, some negatives that you simply didn't want to look at for too long.
What a funny game our great game of rugby league is. They lost that ruck, St George. That whole set, they'd lost that ruck, and all of a sudden, momentum changer down on the try line of the Cowboys. Comes back. I've got to give a rap to Gideon Mosby. The way he comes across in cover from his right wing, and then he has to get back out to his wing and try and do a job, but he's expecting the kick.
Patrick Herbert just does a really good job there. Just a slight movement in his feet there, just a bit of footwork, just holds up that Cowboys defensive line, then allows them to get the overlap. A wonderful try, and that gets them right back in the game because they're looking pretty ordinary the first 10 minutes. It's been all the Cowboys, but that try certainly will spark this Dragons outfit.
It has been all the Cowboys, hasn't it, this second half?
Well, it has, and it's been off the back of their hooker, just getting out of dummy half, probing behind this Dragons defensive line. They've looked pretty flat, the Dragons, this second half. All the running's been with the Cowboys, but that certainly does get them right back into it.
Yeah, they've lost the ruck. That's what's happened for the Dragons. They've got to get their contact, first initial contact back where they want it. Be pretty physical. Otherwise, you'll see a lot more 80-metre sets that the Cowboys, because they've got enough strike power and biggish guys in there that can do that to them.
Roosters and Raiders Holden Cup tomorrow. And a doubleheader prior to the NRL on Sunday. Field from the sideline. Oh, beautiful! What a display of kicking we have seen from Jayden Field and Kalen Ponga so far tonight as the Titans now look on. Neil Henry and his crew. The feel-good story of the season. This was a mob written off. Some astute coaching, some astute purchases mid-season, and now their smiles.
It's been great to see the resurgence of this club, the Titans, both on and off the field. And certainly they're playing for their season tonight.
We are back to a 6-point game, and the rain probably at its hardest at the moment. Good quick play the ball from St George Illawarra. This is Herbert. Bounces out of a couple. A big, powerful man with a really good step. Ali Alouche in 14. Injury to Pacho Salim. We'll keep our eye on him. Alouche. They're saying it's off the Cowboys. The referee's having absolutely no part of it. And maybe Corey Horsburgh has got one here. No. Very poor from St George Illawarra. That was the set.
That's been the story of their night,
hasn't it?
It's absolutely been their story of their night. I'm sure at half-time, especially, it's a golden rule in rugby league. You need to complete after points. You need to get down the other end and turn the screws, put the pressure back on the Cowboys, and they just haven't been able to do that all night.
And boys, one thing that's winding me up in the game at the moment is how we play the ball off the mark. the markers aren't square. I don't think the marker was square there, but because he's playing it off the mark, it's, puts him in a different position. So hopefully we can get back to that one day.
I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. Here's Salim. Tackled on the 40. Bambling at dummy half. Just calls on Jensen, but the ball forward. Easy to be critical. We've seen a lot of errors in difficult conditions here tonight and high-pressure environment. These are young men looking to really kickstart their NRL career, but we see this a lot in Holden Cup or any age football, and now is the time. The first side to settle is the side that's going to go on with this.
Well, Aaron Payne spoke about it in the pre-game. He talked about teaching these young men to build pressure. Through their defence, through their kicking game, not having to score every play. And he said the last month he thought they've got their head around it. And you're right, Andy. The first team that just settles down here tonight, gets through their sets, builds some pressure, because there's both attacking weapons on both these teams. I'm sure whoever does that first will go on and win this game.
Leilua, perhaps yet to have the impact we thought he may. He's been very well contained. TJ Ueli. He's only short, he's plenty wide, plenty strong. And it takes several to bring him to the ground. Jerd has been creased here. What a tackle from Louis Toso. Lane to the line, and as a result, Toppy Torfa has just a little more room. Last tackle now. Low percentage players this side of the field. Low percentage or not, it's a points play because the Dragons are in. Patrick Herbert with his second.
Well, absolutely no room to move down the short side. Patrick Herbert hits a wonderful angle coming back against the grain, finds a little hole, and like he's done all night, just found the line under really difficult. So great step there, still plenty to do, and finds a try line and gets his team well back into this match off a play that really had nothing doing down the sideline.
Hey, Tatey, how good is it to see a centre just hitting a hole and direct? A lot of centres like to get the ball these days. You can talk a little bit more about this on their terms and trying to skip around their centre man. But if you actually hit a nice inside shoulder and a real direct line like that, geez, it poses a threat.
You're right, Danny. I think when you play centre, the first inkling is to get the ball on the outside and try and beat your opponent with your speed. But not Herbert tonight. He's wanted to take that tough carry, especially in these conditions when you're running back into a hole, running back into players. He's certainly a great captain's knock here tonight and earned his team to be 2 points behind with a kick to come.
6 tries in his last 5 games. And while this goal kick is being prepared, I've just watched the reaction Kevin Walters received when he walked in here. He's the Messiah. He is the man in Queensland.
Well,
they are bowing to him, the great man.
There's a few bronze statues out the front. There's a bit of talk. They might put Kevy Walters one out there yet.
What a kick this is for Jay Field.
I'll tell you what.
3 from 3 so far. You back him in. Pressure does funny things. Oh.
That's the old commentator's curse.
24-22, Noddy.
It's amazing in a game of football how quickly momentum and confidence can change, because about 5 minutes ago you're going to say that the Cowboys look like running away with the game. Don't take a chance to score a try. Cowboys, the Dragons go length of field, and now momentum has swung, running harder. Cowboys looking tired. What a last 22 minutes we're going to have.
The restart here from Ponga. Easy take and a wind up. Oh, and again, Matt Jerd. He's running into shoulders all night long, but he just keeps getting up.
That was Brandon Smith. Straight in there. The hooker, he's small in stature, gets amongst it.
Here's Toppy Torfa, and what about this for a replay from the restart? Leilua. Again, 1 down low, 2 high. Wrapping up the ball almost immediately. Here's Ueli. Last tackle, so defensively a pretty good set from North Queensland. Good game management there, pumping it downfield.
You spoke about it before, Andy, about the team that settles the most, and you do get the feeling the Dragons obviously getting through a set there after points, which they haven't done tonight, getting a good kick in. Now they're turning the screws with their defence.
You get through your set, you put a big kick on the end of it like they have. Defensively, it's up to you to determine what the Cowboys do and how they reply. Jensen, tackled just over the 40. They come to the near side. Powerful running again from Cody Morn. Last tackle, back to Bambling. Left foots it down to Peora Kemp, who hasn't had a whole lot of opportunity tonight. Scored a hat-trick against Newcastle, a genuine hat-trick. 3 back-to-back-to-back. Last weekend.
16 relays.
Both teams now looking for the interchange. We're in 18 minutes in, nearly 20 minutes in, to really change the game. And I think North Queensland, they're about to send theirs on, and a few messages. Get us forward, get a good kick chase in, build some pressure.
Oh, back on the inside. That is superb football. And Field is looking to do it all himself. He has been denied over the line. Amazing defence, amazing desperation from the Cowboys.
Well, it was great lead-up work there by Thompson to get the offload to Field, and
is that worth a captain's challenge?
I think it might. I think there might be one coming.
20 seconds is up. Is it? Yeah. Can't challenge that.
We've got time off.
Oh, they have.
We've got captain's
Former
challenge.
captains.
Original decision is a knock-on in the goal. Viewing grounding.
This is going...
Yeah, we're looking at it.
This could go in so many different
Looking
directions.
for a possible ground in. The live decision was knock on in goals.
Is it knock on? Are you allowed to do that with your feet? Coming in with the feet?
This is a tough one. I don't think he grounds it.
I don't think so either.
Let's have a listen.
They are looking at it, we just can't see it.
I'm saying that's a try, absolutely. And if it's not, a foot has come in, which you, by law, you can't do.
On that angle, that's a try. That's definitely a try on that angle. How good's the captain's challenge?
Hold on, it hasn't been green lighted yet. The NRL bunker taking a look at this. Are we gonna...
If you look at the other angle, you think he drops it. But here, this angle, I think it looks like he drops it. He doesn't get it down, but certainly from the other angle, it looks like there is a bit of grass under that ball and some downward pressure.
There's a couple of frames, it definitely looks like he gets it down.
Based on the live decision of no try, we have insufficient evidence to overturn the live decision. We have a decision, and it'll be no try here, knock on, mate.
Time back on. The original decision stands. We're going to 20-minute restart.
It's a 20-minute restart.
You heard it from the bunker. I've still got a question mark over the use of the foot.
Yeah, well, that's just gone unnoticed, hasn't it? There's been not even a talk about that, but that's a real let-off for the Cowboys. A real let-off.
0, look, 12. Go, 0.
Almost an hour gone. A 2-point game.
Up now, 15.
16, we're off.
That would have been huge for St George Illawarra. That would have been 3 straight tries. And a real ascendancy.
I know we're going on the decision, but what about the skill from Jayden Field?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we always talk about the negatives, but that skill was awesome.
Smith at dummy half. Simply links to Horsburgh, and he gets it on to Darren Schonning. Schonning's been good again tonight.
So is this man.
Hasn't had as much time as he would have liked, but Horsburgh, his numbers have been great. 26 tackles, 11 hit-ups. Good. Kick through. Oh, too much. They'd love that again, North Queensland. Dufty screaming back to the 20. Comes to the near side and pops his head through the line. The body wouldn't follow. Holding the football. surely the priority, and the only priority this set, as Thompson bumps into, and then away from the tackle of Bacho Salim. Robson with the head heavily bandaged, gets it off to Leone Gunga. Wide to Payne, back on the inside to Ali Alouche. Need to be careful here, the Dragons. They had bodies in front of the football.
That's the play, Andy. Get those little runners back on the inside.
Tackle number 4, one after this. Yet to fire any real shot. Now they do, and this time, Jay Field will not be denied.
Well, it's the footwork and the speed that he possesses. Not much doing there, but it's just the footwork absolutely bamboozling the Cowboys' defence. And once he gets through the other side, there's absolutely no stopping him. The speed is amazing. Just takes off here, and there's no looking back. Great footwork, great speed, and he's been a real danger for the last 10 minutes, this young man, playing some great football.
He possesses some attributes that are well and truly in demand in our game, and that's proper vision, playing what's in front of him, and backing his own ability. Really, really good try from the St George Illawarra Dragons.
It's just great footwork. Great footwork. Cooper Bambling just hardly got a hand on him there, and once he was through, there was no looking back. Great try by the Dragons.
Heart rate up for Jay Field. Having missed his last kick to the right, having scored that try, he'll try and just get it back down to somewhere near normal. Taking his time here. The injury here for the Dragons, just behind where the goal kicker's taking place. And it could be Toppy Torfa coming from the field under the head rule, so he'll have a head assessment in 15 minutes. Field. Oh, now push this one left. Kicked his first 3. The last 2 have not been ideal. But the Dragons, they lead by 2.
What we have seen in today's clash is not the best of completion rate from both sides, but we've seen lots of energy and lots of big collisions. So the next 18 minutes, keep an eye out. Next 16 minutes, keep an eye out for little blokes with footwork and pace, because that's what's going to open this game up. There's a lot of fatigue, big men out in this field.
Back into the line, Laurie. Gee, I like the way this young man goes about his business. Herbert.
Off the ball, 14. Off the ball, 12. Here.
Going out to the middle of the field. Keelan Tudor Edwards.
11, stand up.
Matheson Johns is on in jersey number 2. He's come onto this right winger. So a real reshuffle when Keelan Tudor Edwards from wing/centre can move back into the middle of the pack. And they've done it again. St George Illawarra, they have dropped it on the back of points. Their ball security is horrific tonight.
Well, it's really let them down. It's one area of their game that's just really let them down. We can see when they control the ball and get good field position, there's points in this Dragons team. But they just, their inability to get to their 5th and last place, especially after points, is really costing them tonight.
That's several times on the set following points.
Red.
Here is Shoney. Their defence has more than made up for their inability to hold the football. Their defence has been superb. The Dragons for the most part. Smith at dummy half. Rubber through. Duffy at the back, forced to make a play at it. He punches it dead in goal. But a repeat set here for North Queensland. And they get the repeat set because the Dragons poor ball security.
That's semi-final football right there. So starts with Smith. He does his bit. He gets out nice and direct, engages the marker, which takes all the pressure off the kicker. And dribbles a really quality kick in there. And Tuala He's down there pretty quickly and put some pressure on. Wouldn't mind seeing Tuala get a nice bit of early ball. Hasn't had enough at the moment. He's so classy.
Such good centres, North Queensland. They'll be looking for early ball. Here is Shoney. Smith at dummy half, near side through Bella. Had the option of using Liali Roycroft, decided against it. Reverting to the eastern side of the stadium and Tuita Varkay. 10 metres out, centre field. This has been their go-to side. Bella caught, finally wrapped up, but the left has been where they've been successful. They come again, and wide it's on. Bambling, ridden to the ground. Last tackle. The halfback caught with the football. Confusion, they go out to Carucci. He goes to the air. Kemper's back there, and Kemp takes it beautifully under extreme pressure.
Oh, well, he would have felt the footsteps of Gilla Mosby coming down on him and stands his ground, takes a great catch and earns his team a 20-metre tap, an all-important 20-metre tap.
Oh, what a run there by the new man on the field. Matheson John started the season SG ball for Illawarra and finds himself at Suncorp Stadium playing elimination final football, or qualifying final football, should I say. Keelan Tudor-Edwards literally fighting and scrapping for every metre. Laurie taken hard, taken in a tackle of 3. They're mid-count here, St George Illawarra. Leilua plays it short to Thompson, who gets free. Had support on his outside in the form of Peora Kemp, decided against using it. They've still got 2 more shots here as they go through Payne and Field. They come wide to Matheson Johns. And knock on St George has been ruled here.
Thompson on the far side has created all sorts of havoc tonight. He's got a really big, strong carry and an offload. And again, there, half a chance, just barging his way through the line. Looking to get his team another 4-pointer.
The 3-quarter line, back when you were playing, mate, they're just causing all sorts of havoc out there.
Well, and it's their physicality, the size of these guys and the way they can move, their footwork, their speed, their ability to offload before or through the line. It's the new age footballer. There's, you know, these big physical guys that can got all the skills.
Speaking of new age, we'll use this moment to go down to Brett Kamali. Noddy, on the sideline, who is the momentum with? Who's doing the talking as the Cowboys get a penalty?
Yeah, the Dragons have got all the momentum, they've got all the energy, and they're the only ones making currently the loudest noise. So Cowboys are extremely quiet, and actually they've not got much shape in attack either. If you just get a wide shot of them, they're very bunched, and it's all one out stuff, where when they had the momentum, there was lots of support, and they're pushing up and playing off Braden Smith.
North Queensland with just their 2nd penalty of the game. Shoney, great run to start the set. Tui Tavaki gets up to the 40-metre line. They trail by 2, but guess what? Here they come, North Queensland. Ross Bella, 2nd-generation footballer, taken to the ground. Out to the right, and it's Tui Tavaki again. Options on both sides, left or right. They come left. Looking for the fullback, and that's exactly what the Dragons knew was coming, but stopping him is something completely different. Kalen Ponga gets to within the 10. Last tackle, Smith looking for one. Reaches out, knocks it on, and the Dragons survive.
That's his big strength, Brandon Smith. Plenty of tries we've seen him score this year out of dummy half. And on the 5th and last, he decided to put their head down and have a go, and he was, so close. But great defence by the Dragons. Great defence.
Oh, a horrible pass for Keelan Tudor-Edwards. And he saw the Cowboys coming. They're going to need to be spot on here. St George Illawarra through Matheson Johns. Don't go near the sideline. Don't tempt fate. Nathan Liati Gaga. Thompson. Oh, just unnecessary. It was every tackle back in the day, but it's 2016. We don't do it anymore, and this facial has really given St George Illawarra a huge advantage.
A bit of footwork at the line is a real problem today. Sure, we see a bit more in this set here from the big boys. They can dive into that space, play it quick, and get out from dummy half.
Oh, launching himself over the top was Tui Tavake on Liati Gaga. Lock on lock. That was as physical as it gets. Here is Herbert, who was forced to surrender, or submit if you like. He was otherwise going to run behind one of his teammates. TJ Ueli straightens the attack. Tackle number 4, 2 shots left. The Dragons can make it very difficult for the Cowboys with a try here. Field takes it to ground, and that's the final play. Out to Payne. He goes to the air looking for Thompson or Kemp. Couldn't find either. Great defence, however, from St George Illawarra. Not only the chase, but the application, dedication to wrapping up the ball carrier is rewarded here, because North Queensland have been driven back in goal.
That's great defence by Isaac Thompson. Great kick too, just pinpoint position, couple of metres out, and Thompson is a big, strong man. We've spoken about him with the ball today, but defensively been very strong this second half especially, just dragging Gillum Osby back over the defensive lining and giving his team a repeat set.
Here come the Dragons, who are up by 2. Just under 8 minutes remaining. Great setup for this set from Laurie. Ueli bumps off a couple, a third, still going little TJ.
He's been strong off the bench though, and plenty of impact.
Certainly has. He's not going to win you a race over 100 or 200 metres, TJ Ueli, but you'll want him in the middle each time. Heading out to Herbert, who's already scored 2. Tosses it back. Still alive here. Tudor Edwards sights the line and drops it mid-count. Again, the Dragons, their heart rate goes up. They get excited and the ball comes free.
Again, Herbert is posing all sorts of threats out here with his footwork. Once if you just go with that ball, he can knock it out with a good shot, but the intensity for the Cowboys has lifted a little bit in their D. It's down to the last 6.5 minutes, which it needs to be. So that's a good sign. If they can get down here on the back of some quick rucks, they could change the game.
Don't forget, immediately following this, we're going to head back to the studio. A comprehensive pre-game show with all the news, interviews, team lists, officials, our massive preview, and then kick off just before 8 between the Brisbane Broncos and the Gold Coast Titans. Finals on Fox, you bet, all the way through to the grand final.
And we're down to the last 6 minutes. This is the time where the Cowboys really need to start asking some questions of this Dragons defence at the moment. Very one out, and a drop ball's not going to help their cause.
A drop ball's not going to help their cause. And the Dragons' mindset, Danny Baderas, does it need to change, not just to hold on to the football, but with a smart set here, you can go a long way to wrapping up the game.
You want to stay down here, that's for sure, Andy. Your kicking game's going to win you this vital semi-final and get you a week off. So if you Field or your Payne, you get your team in a position so they can finish off their set with a really good kick.
Here is Field, who has been exceptional. Gillen Tudor Edwards bounces off the first. 2/3 of the front row, jumps all over him. Out to the left-hand side, they go through Payne. Leilua looks inside, dummies outside, then saw Thompson.
Court held, then passed it, so we'll just play the ball. Marcus gets
Nervous
square.
moment there for Luciano Leilua because the ball actually touched a Cowboy and came back into his hand. Because the referee had the ball held, it was a very simple restart. Last play for the Dragons. Points or pressure, or both. Here's Herbert to the line. Denied by a metre.
Nothing silly.
It's not a bad end of your set.
No.
The Cowboys are still going to go 99 metres to score a try. You don't run the risk of getting a 7-tackle set. That's a good finish by the Dragons.
Smart for the young kids there, you know. They're learning the game and game management, and you'd be happy with that finish to the set.
St George Illawarra need to be disciplined here. North Queensland, they need to be expansive, experimental.
They need to play to Ponga. They need to get the ball to Inari. They need to get these guys some early balls with a bit of room to move, as they do now at the right-hand side.
Here they go, and the Dragons are going to need to shift really quickly here. Numbers, they are setting this up perfectly. North Queensland, and they've butchered it so far. The Cowboys looking to come from behind. They trail by 2. It goes to Bambling, across field, and North Queensland score. Good. Through Nathan Trail.
Well, we spoke about getting the ball to Ponga or Inari. They're their most dangerous players out in the field. And they've got that, and they've gone 90-odd metres to score what's a great try. Bambling at the end there, sums it up beautifully.
Yeah, Tuala. Henry Tuala, here he is here. Beautiful. In motion, sums it up.
Bit suspect on that pass back on the inside to Inari, but if there's a player you want to get with the ball in the hands in this situation, it's Caleb Ponga and Cooper Bambling. 2 of the halves, 2 of the guys that control the play, get the ball onto Trail and really probably get themselves out of jail in this semi-final.
Yeah, it's been looking like that all half, Tatey. We needed to get the ball to, or they needed to get the ball to their main strike player out there in Tuala. I'm sure the way Ponga's been kicking might slip this one over.
Nathan Trail. Tatey, was he the one that scored the try late in the 30-all draw earlier this year?
Well, I think I'm positive I've seen him even it up in the 30-all draw that they had down at Wynn Stadium at Wollongong this year. So
it's all in the timing, isn't it?
He's done it again. He's done it again.
Now, 2.5 minutes remaining. So
there is another twist in this, Andy. I can feel there's another twist of some sort. It's just been chopping and changing the lead all match.
A 2-point game. And the kick. 4 from 4 so far. It's Kalen Ponga. Make it 5 from 5. A flawless display of goal kicking. And just under 2 minutes remain. 4 points the difference. It was 30-all last time they met with the Cowboys coming from behind. The Dragons try makes it 30-all. And they're going to back their defence here. Oh! The Cowboys!
Go through, mate.
Yeah, mate.
What a sin!
Danny, you called it. You said there's another twist or turn in this game, and the Cowboys, they don't catch it on the full off the kickoff.
You always go for the unexpected in our game, and the Cowboys thought he wanted to go short, but he's kicked it long and skinned them there. So
the first kick of the game did that, and perhaps the last kick of the game does that. The restart, they get a full set of 6 here. They need 4 points to draw level. Ueli launches himself, and the Dragons will start the set from 30 metres out. Toppy Torfa. They need numbers around the ball. The Dragons are set to this side. Patrick Herbert and Matheson Johns are their go-to. This is Blake Laurie. Matt Duffy, roving centre field. The fullback.
Need to get the ball to Luciano Leilua. Here he is.
And that's where they go, to Leilua. Leilua spits it out the back, and the ball is still alive. 30 seconds remaining. 2 more shots at them. travelling across field. Here go the Dragons! They are in! Jayden Field has a kick to win it! Amazing!
Jayden Field again, it's just the speed. We spoke about it before, you can't coach speed. It's one of the greatest assets you can have in this game. And that not feeling the kickoff from the Cowboys.
Can I give a big rap to Isaac Thompson? Leilua pushes the ball out the back, and Thompson in desperation jumps on the ball and gets his team another tackle, and Field scores in the right corner.
Oh, what about this kick?
Obstruction. The ball's caught on the outside.
We're having a look. Captain's challenge has been used here, and why not? The ball has been caught on the outside. Play on. A try it is. You would think.
The lead runner has not had any impact on the defensive line.
Yep.
The St George player goes through the gap. We have a grounding going to the board.
We're 30 all.
Can you believe it? Round 12.
Yep.
Round 12 in
Exact same
Wollongong.
scenario.
It was 30 all.
Original decision stands.
And Jay Field, who has kicked at 60% for the Knights, has this for the win. Otherwise, we're going to Golden Point. The winner of this game gets a week off. The loser of this game gets a second chance. The Dragons are huddled on halfway. Nervous.
They're ready to pounce. That's what they're doing. They want to lift him on their shoulders and get a week off.
The Cowboys are behind the in goal. Heads down. Almost afraid to look. This game depends on this kick. Jay Field, 2 tries, 3 goals, and he's missed it. 30 points all. We are going to Golden Point.
Sorry, say that again.
Shame for Field. He's missed 3 from that same spot in the last 20 minutes of the match.
It is a shame, but he's come up with some big plays tonight. A support play. Every time he's got the ball at this right-hand side, he's really trouble bambling with his speed. There's not much of him, but he can certainly move across the ground. And he's got that ball in 2 hands down, just putting that defence in 2 minds. He's looked dangerous every time he's got it.
Do you want to kick off? Which way do you want to go? All right, Cowboys kicking that way.
Cowboys kicking off. They wanted St George to have first use of the football. Brett Kamali is on the sideline. The umbrella is down. You've had the best look at them of anyone. Brett, your thoughts heading into Golden Point?
It's such a great competition, isn't it? The fact that the Cowboys look gone, then they got in front, the Dragons look gone, and now they're able to score that try. Goal kicking hasn't been the winner at the second half, but you got to still think that for the Cowboys, it's all going to come through Braden Smith. And for the Dragons, you got to say, Jai Field, the way he's run the ball in the second half. Golden Point is about completion rate, kicking the ball to the corners, and forcing a mistake through some big collisions.
Right.
Here we go. Same rules apply in 20s football. Golden Point as they do in NRL. It's a 5-minute period, then we'll turn them around and keep going, because this is sudden death footy, if you want to term it that. We are into the 81st minute. George Illawarra with a try just before full time to level at 30. The kick was missed. The Dragons have in fact scored 6 tries to 5. Robson through the middle. Tackle number 4. Laurie loses his footing. There's a 12-man line here for the Cowboys. And the Dragons play it safe. Your thoughts, Danny Badeiros, on the end of the set?
Well played set there. That's with the potency and potential in these these two teams, I don't think you're going to see a field goal. I think it's going to come down to a golden try, or we probably will stay at 30 all. But yeah, that's really good game management from Field again.
And what it does do is it takes Ponga out of play. He's so potent when he brings the ball back, coming out of his own end. A bit of broken field, Kalen, he can certainly cut you to ribbons, but that just settles the team down, gets the defensive line nice and set, gives his team a break. Now the Cowboys are going to work their way down the other end.
We saw an example of this the other day in first grade about play being stopped for a cramp 40 metres away.
We've got a bit of time, lads, because he's still out the back.
And if that's... It is Brandon Smith crucial to the Cowboys. And sorry he's got a cramp, but I just cannot see how we can be stopping our game for a cramp that is not directly impacting that play at that moment.
Well, all the new rules that we've brought in has been about speeding the game up.
Yep.
And then we've got something like that holding the game up for a good minute and a half. So
Brendan, we're in. Time on.
Something the NRL needs to look at.
If we look to individual brilliance to win this, we look to Kalen Ponga, we look to Gideon Gilla-Mosby, amongst others. Marcus Jensen, another. For the Cowboys, who are rolling their sleeves up early in the count here. Gilla-Mosby, 39 tries last year, a record. Hasn't enjoyed the same success this year, but it has still been a fabulous year. Can he be the difference? Thoroughly impressed with Tui Tavaki. Up and over the 40 metre. Last tackle, good discipline from St George Illawarra. Bambling downfield. Finds plenty of open space. Oh, and Kemp there, beaten by the bounce. Back into the Cowboys' defence on that right-hand side. It was a great chase. And now the pressure is back on the famous Red V.
And remember, these teams, they don't play Golden Point in the 20s, so they've only seen this on TV. So it might be, it's all new to them. So we'll see what they can come up with.
Third tackle, they're not to the 20. Now they are, and over it. Leilua back on the inside. Thompson strides out. They're still going. Flicks it. The Dragons alive. Dufty with the football. Dufty across field. Needs to link up. No, he doesn't. Dufty gets it on his right. Matheson John scores. The Dragons win.
20 seconds here.
What a play. What a game.
What a finish.
What a start to the semi-final series. How good is it?
And of course, we are going to have
We've got another one next time.
a captain's challenge.
Captain's challenge. Original decision is try. Checking grounding, touch and goal, touch line.
Let's listen. He's in. It's good. And the Dragons will win.
The player has maintained possession through to the grounding. His body remains in the field of play. We have a decision going to the board.
An amazing game. Second versus third. And you are going to see more of it. The whole way into the grand final right here on Fox Sports.